What's going on, guys, gals, gamers alike? Crimson here, and welcome to an update video that I should have made months ago, or at the very least, like, a couple weeks ago. Explaining what's going on. And the thing is, I've been trying to think of how I wanted to make this video and how I wanted to explain everything. And every day I come up with a different way of wanting to do it. But none of the ways ever make sense in my mind, so I'm just going with it. So the reason why I haven't been uploading, and I can actually check and see when my last upload was. I actually don't remember. I want to say it was October, because I'm pretty sure my last upload was Back for Blood. Yeah, my last upload was October 18th, 2021. And today, it's 1 in the morning, but today is currently January 9th, 2022. So it's been almost 3 months since I've uploaded or talked about anything. And I first off just need to apologize for that. I didn't give any rhyme or reason, any heads up that this was happening. And when the stuff started happening, I never had the alone time or the time at all to make this video. So it's going to be a bit of a longer one than I probably anticipated. So rewind back to the beginning of this year. Me and my fiance were looking for a house. We were moving out of our apartment and we were looking to get a house. And there were a lot of houses that we saw that fit our budget. But unfortunately, with how the market is right now, because of COVID and everything that's going on in the world right now, we were always outbid, or they went with a different offer for whatever reason. Like, we saw a house that was like, they were asking 135, gorgeous house. They were asking 135. We offered them 145. And like a bunch of extra shit, but they took an offer that was paying in cash. So who knows? They could have been offering the flat 135, and because they were paying with cash, it was easier for the seller, less paperwork instead of going through a loan, so they just took that. So we had a lot of bad luck, and we finally found a place that they accepted our offer on it in the beginning of May, I think, end of April. And our closing date was the Friday before the week we were set to move out of our apartment. So it worked perfectly. We close on the house, we get to move in that day. That following weekend, we were going to move in, and everything was going to be hunky-dory. Week of closing came by. We heard nothing back from our realtor, from the mortgage person. We gave them a call. They said, it looks like we're going to have to push the closing back 2 weeks. And I'm sitting there like, okay, so first of all, why did you guys wait until literally 3 days before our closing date to tell us this? They never called us. They never contacted us to say, hey, closing is going to be pushed back. So we were scrambling because no matter what, we had to be out that weekend. So that's when we moved into Pat's place for a little while. I mentioned that months ago. So we moved into his place. It was only supposed to be for 2 weeks. I have my headset on. I don't know why I have my headset on. I'm not listening to anything. We moved into his place for about 2 weeks. That was the plan. And then, again, didn't hear anything back. It was a few days before closing. And we called them again. What the hell is going on? There was a problem with the appraisal. So we have to push it back another 2 weeks. At least. Okay. Cool. So we're there a couple more weeks. And this kept going on and on and on. All of June. And of course the water heater just starts going. This kept going all of June. All of July. And most of August. The middle of August came, and they're still like, well, because of all the bullshit that's been happening, the only other way to get another appraisal is to go a different loan avenue. So we went and tried to do that, took a look at that, and long story short with that, it was going to add like $10,000 to $15,000 onto our amount, and it was going to skyrocket our monthly mortgage payment, and we couldn't do it. So a house that we were trying to close on since the end of May we canceled it and backed out of the deal because nothing could be done. You know, we couldn't get anything done, and our realtor was just not helpful. And the mortgage person was even more unhelpful. You know, he was always like, contact me whenever you need to. Whenever we tried to, we got a voicemail, and that's not really how it should work. You're the professional. You're the one who should be contacting us to let us know that shit's being delayed. The fact that they didn't was very unprofessional, and we're going to go with a different realtor when we go back to looking for a place to stay. So throughout all that, we couldn't stay at Pat's anymore because they had a lot of stuff going on. They had family issues happening. They had other stuff with the house that was going on. And basically, we had to find somewhere else. We overstayed our welcome anyway. So we moved into another of our buddies' places. It's actually my buddy who we were roommates with back at the apartment. So, you know, we're living together again. And as of today, we're still there. Or we're still here. They're family friends, known them my entire life, so they were more than understanding enough about the situation. And then my fiance had surgery scheduled in August. Nothing major. It's just over the past few years, because she had weight loss surgery, she lost, she had a normal reaction. She lost a lot of weight in a very quick amount of time, and her skin didn't form properly when it didn't rebound properly because it was too much weight in a quick amount of time. Even though she was working at it and trying to work the skin off, it's really hard. You can't really do that. So she got surgery to get the skin removed, and she did really well with that. She recovered extremely quickly from that. Even the doctors were impressed. But then she started experiencing a lot of other complications that had nothing to do with the surgery. She was getting headaches. She had a headache that lasted for 2 months. She was dizzy all the time. She was nauseous. She wasn't herself. And we went to the emergency room like 4 times, and it was the 4th time where they finally started listening. Because every time we went, it was she has headaches, she's dizzy, she's nauseous, and it has been constant. It has never gone away. And we were there at the 4th time. This is like 2 months into her feeling like this. She hasn't been back to work. And she was like, I need to get this taken care of. And we pitched a fit in the ER the 4th time, because they were just like, yeah, we're going to give you something for the pain and something for the nausea. And we were like, this is the 4th time that you guys have given us something for the pain and the nausea. You give her something for that stuff, it kind of works for the next day, day and a half, and then it stops working again, and then it comes back even worse. So whatever is happening, she needs more work done. She needs to be admitted and to get looked at. They did a CAT scan, didn't find anything. They did an ultrasound, didn't find anything, no excessive pressure. So they kept her overnight, fucking finally, and they did an MRI the next morning. And I really apologize if this is getting super personal. And anybody watching this is probably like, oh, this is really personal. You probably shouldn't be telling us this. And it's like, I care about you guys. You guys have always supported me and my content. And it's not right that I have been just disappeared for 3 months. And you deserve an explanation on what happened. So she got the MRI done. And they found a small brain tumor in her head, and they scheduled surgery like 2 days later because it was the earliest they could do it, and they got the whole thing out, all of it out, every little bit of it, and they sent it in for testing, and it came back completely benign. So there's no cancer, there's no nothing, and she started feeling much better. The headaches were gone, the nausea was gone, the dizziness was gone, a lot of it was gone. And at this point, it was just the recovery from that. You know, heal up the scar, get feeling back on the left side of her face, and basically have her brain retrain her body to be like, hey, this isn't here anymore. We need to, function normally now. So, and she's not scheduled to go back to work until another 2 weeks from now, but she's experiencing nausea and dizziness again, which she has an MRI scheduled Monday or Tuesday, for a checkup to make sure they got it all. And she's been experiencing ear pain and ear trouble. So the doctor just thinks it's an inner ear infection, and because her brain and it's on the left side of her, it's on her left ear. So because it's all happening right there, they think the inner ear infection is causing this extra upsetness in the head area. So they're going to do the test and prescribe antibiotics and hopefully get her back to work by the end of January, early of February, and just get back to normal life. So that's the biggest concern right now. That's what we're aiming for, and that's what we need. However, why am I telling you this? What does this have to do with the YouTube content and the YouTube stuff? Well, first of all, she has been out of commission, out of work, out of normal life since the end of August. So September, October, November, December, the beginning half of August, and now the beginning half of January. She's been out 5 months, and she's been home not working, not going anywhere for 5 months. And with our living situation right now, we're in the same room, we're in the same area. So I don't feel comfortable recording most of the time when she's home. And like I think me and Pat recorded like 2 sessions of Back for Blood when she was home. And no matter how much I edited it, like the first 2 sessions of Back for Blood, I have heavily edited way more than I normally do because I have to cut out like TV and other talking and other distractions, I guess, because it's annoying watching content like that. It gets annoying, and it's not really the fault of anybody. So I don't like to record when she's here because when I record, there are times I get louder. So if I get louder, she turns the TV up because she can't hear it, in which case it makes me go louder because I can't hear myself think or talk because of how loud the TV is. So I get louder, and in turn the TV gets louder, and by the time, we're just loud, and I don't like to do that. And I'm not going to sit here and tell her, hey, I'm doing this for 2 hours. I need you to mute everything for that amount of time, because it's not right. It's not right. If this was my job, if YouTube and streaming was my job, and that was how I made all my income, that would be a little bit different, and she would be a bit more understanding. But it's not. It is just a hobby right now that I would hope to evolve it to some point to where I can use my hobby to bring in a little excess amount of income, which would be cool. I would love for that to happen. I don't need it to be my main income job. But, if I stream or do YouTube and I bring in a couple extra, couple $100 a month, that'd be great. Like $200-300 a month, that'd be great, because I can put that right back into my content. I can put it into other hobbies. It's like we're not hurting right now, but it would be nice. Like I've actually started selling some of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I don't use and that are on the more pricey side, and I've made a couple $100 doing that. So like any other extra income would always be nice, because I can just fuel my hobbies with that. Like I make $300 off of YouTube and streaming for a month when I get all that set up and do all that. If it got to that point, I get that $300. That's like 4 games, half of a console, put it down towards like a better PC, get extra equipment. It would just go right back into my passions. But it's not my job. It's not a source of income right now. It is 100% just a hobby that I thoroughly fucking enjoy. So I'm not going to make her silence her stuff just because I want to do this. I don't feel right doing that. So I always record whenever she's at work. And because she's been home all day, every day for like the past 5 months, I haven't been able to do that. When she came home from the hospital from the tumor removal, she stayed at her parents' place for a couple weeks. And because her dad works from home, so somebody was going to be home to make sure she could move around, get what she needed, and to help her. So it just made sense. It was the smart thing to do. Did I miss her for that entire 3-4 weeks that she was gone? Absolutely. I hated it. But I knew it was the best thing for her because somebody was always there able to help her because I have to work. I'm not here all the time. And everyone else here has their own things going on. They're not always available. So also stairs were a thing. Like she didn't have to traverse too many stairs. So it was literally just the best thing for her to stay there. So what I did in that time is I recorded a bunch of videos for Doom 3 VR. I actually recorded the entire rest of the main campaign of Doom 3 VR. So all I have left to do now is Resurrection of Evil and the Lost Mission. She's actually back at her parents' for the weekend. Maybe for like the next 4 or 5 days. So maybe I'll do Lost Mission this week. Maybe I'll just record that to get it done. Who knows? Maybe not, but I could. I also recorded a ton of Ratchet and Clank. Maybe in the next few days I'm going to talk to Pat and we can record a bunch of Back 4 Blood because we haven't really recorded a lot of that. Me and Pat have also been doing this other side series. We've been playing this game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Online. It's like a free PC application that allows you to play like Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, build any deck you want, use any cards you want. We've been doing draft duels where we just open a bunch of packs and then make decks out of the cards that we have. So it's been cool. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. And we have, I think, 5 videos now that I'm in the process of editing. And they're long videos. It's like a 2-hour recording. And so I need to choose what to cut out, what to put in. And it's been a hassle. But those are fun. I have all of Dead Island recorded. The entire thing of Dead Island has been recorded. I just need to break it up and edit and render it. Got 2-3 sessions of Back 4 Blood. All of Doom 3 VR. Like 12 videos of Ratchet and Clank. So we're pretty stacked. I have made the executive decision, and it's not the first time I've done this, and it's most likely not going to be the last. And I'm going to explain why I'm making this decision. I am, from here on out, stopping the Shadow Warrior playthrough. When I recorded like 5 episodes of the Shadow Warrior playthrough, like the last 5 episodes that I had recorded, after the ones that are already up on YouTube, there was problems with the recording, with exporting. My editing software wasn't seeing the files properly. You know, it took me like 3 hours to get one video able to start editing, and it was just a hassle. And on top of that, I wasn't really comfortable with the content itself. Like, I looked on my analytics on YouTube, and it's like all over the place with this playthrough. Because like the last part I uploaded was back in September, early November, and now Creator Studio's not loading up. Oh, there it is. Like, I uploaded it October 11th, and it has no views. But then the part right before it has 12 views. And I know these numbers are, you know, low, but like for the traffic my channel gets, it's good. Like, I have some parts of this playthrough that get a shit ton of views, and then other parts of the playthrough that get absolutely shit on and overlooked. And it's just extremely inconsistent, and it just tells me that some, like, people just don't really care too much about this series. And with the trouble that I had with the few episodes that I recorded you know, when my fiance was at her parents for those few weeks, like all the hassle I went through just to get to edit one video, and it wasn't worth it. And then even then, when I was editing the video, I wasn't happy with any of the content that I made, you know, and I came to the realization that Shadow Warrior itself doesn't really seem like a good YouTube game. And that's the gamble you have to take with games that you've played for the first time. You don't know how they're gonna do. You don't know how they're gonna be received. So I'm making the executive decision to scrap it. Will I revisit it later? Maybe. Maybe I won't do Shadow Warrior 1 and 2, but maybe I'll do Shadow Warrior 3 when that comes out, because that was delayed. And like, Shadow Warrior itself is a fun game. It's a mindless, fun FPS game. And I think that's another reason why it's not too great for my channel, because like, when I'm playing a game for the first time, I like to theory craft with the story, like, oh, this is happening, so this could be part of the story, this could be a potential thing. And then, you know, and just the story and lore and just the setting of Shadow Warrior is literally just demons invade, hack and slash. That's literally all it is. Like, we can't really theory craft with it. We can't, like, it's very plain and simple, written in stone, you know. And so I find myself kind of bored with it recording it, and that's probably why I don't feel comfortable with the content that I made. So, you know, so that's where I stand on that. Another reason is I also have way too many playthroughs going, because I started Shadow Warrior because I had nothing else going on after Resident Evil Village ended, which I am going to make the montage series for that. The montage video for that. I am waiting to see what the DLC is like, because I'm probably going to do it like I did with Doom Eternal, and I'm just going to put Resident Evil Village montage moments in with the DLC. I may do that, I may not. If DLC news takes so long for it to be announced, I may just make the montage video in the coming weeks. But if not, I'm going to wait for the DLC to come out, and I may do some montage moments from the DLC, but that's something for later. I'm going to figure that out later. But nothing was out that I really wanted to do a playthrough of, and I needed something, so I started Shadow Warrior. And then a whole bunch of issues happened where we had to move from Pat's place to here, and then she had her surgery, and then I wasn't able to record, and then it just sat there. And while we were at Pat's place, I also did Ratchet and Clank, which is easier for me because I know the game already, so I can... It's different than a blind playthrough, because in a blind playthrough, you don't know if you're going to be turned off from doing the game in a playthrough for YouTube. A game that you've already done before, you know you'd be able to play from start to finish. You know you would be able to do that, and it would be good content, or something that you would be happy with putting out. So that's why that continued. Doom 3 VR is another one of those instances. Like, it's a game that I've already done before for YouTube, but this time it's in VR. So instead of just jumping a little bit, like, there are moments where I literally freak the fuck out because the demons are popping up in my face, and stuff happens in VR that doesn't happen in the main game. And honestly, VR is the way to experience Doom 3, in my opinion. You know, the VR version of the game has been the best version of the game, in my opinion. And I haven't played Nightmare Mode yet, but it's been fun, and it's been easier in some points as well because of the peek around corners and stuff like that. So it's definitely a very, very, very cool way to experience the game, and I highly recommend experiencing it in VR if you have a PlayStation VR, or getting the PC mod for VR on PC. They're two different games, basically, but I recommend it. It's the way to play Doom 3. But I haven't recorded that all summer and like end of spring, early of fall, because and I explained this in the series. It's just been too hot to play VR without AC going, and the AC is too loud, and the mic that I use for VR would just pick it up, and you would never hear me, and it would be a nightmare. So I can't record VR with the AC going, so I waited for it to get colder out, so that way when I recorded it, I didn't get hot and sweaty too much and uncomfortable. You know, play for 20 minutes and you already want to be done, but that's not a good gaming session for a VR game. So that started back up, and Back 4 Blood came out, and I wasn't initially going to be playing it for YouTube, but like Back 4 Blood came out day one. I installed it because I was like, you know, I'm going to at least play it. And Pat messaged me up, and he's like, hey, I want to stream Back 4 Blood tonight. Do you want to record it for YouTube and stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? If you're going to stream it, I'll record it, and we'll do that. So that happened. So I had 5 series going at one shot with Shadow Warrior, Ratchet and Clank, Back 4 Blood, Doom 3 VR, and Dead Island. And I had a plan on how to do all of it at the same time. Like, I was going to have Dead Island go up every Saturday and Sunday. Every Saturday and Sunday was going to have Dead Island, and then it would be alternating weeks. So week 1 would be Monday, Wednesday, Friday would be, I think it was going to be Doom 3 VR, and then Tuesday and Thursday was going to be Ratchet and Clank. You know, a more mature game and a smaller game, and like a more age-friendly game. And then the following week was going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Shadow Warrior for my blind playthrough, and then Tuesday and Thursday was going to be Back 4 Blood, and every Saturday and Sunday was going to be Dead Island, and those weeks would alternate. So I record 12 episodes of Ratchet and Clank. I have like 6 weeks of Ratchet and Clank videos, which would equal out to like 4 months because of it being 2 episodes every other week. But I'm cutting Shadow Warrior out of that whole plan, so now I'm going to have to adjust that. Now for the answer as to why I haven't been uploading those videos yet. I am still in the process of editing those videos and finalizing the last few of them. I am going to start uploading them soon. I plan to start uploading them probably the 3rd or 4th week of January. So when I start uploading them, let me just take a look at the calendar. It'll probably be January 17th is when I'll start actually uploading them again, or January 24th. One of those Mondays I plan on start uploading. The thing is, yes, I do have like 2 or 2.5 months of content to just blurt out there, but I don't know when she's truly going back to work. It could be extended. You know, they could find something that's been causing all this extra shit to happen to her, and they need to do another operation, which keeps her out even longer. So it gets to the point where it's like, she starts going back to work, I only have a week's worth of videos left to go through, and I need to start recording again. And then I get to the point where it's like, I can't upload anymore because I don't have the videos. I would I'm trying to say most or much, and it keeps coming out as moch. I would much rather upload all these videos week by week, so every day has something, or every day that should have something has something, and so when it gets to the point where it's like I can start recording again, I still have like a month's worth of videos to upload, so I can record like a little bit here, a little bit there. You know, I don't get to the point where it's like, okay, I can finally start recording again. I have 2 weeks worth of content. Today I need to buckle down, only get like a few hours of sleep, wake up as early as I possibly can so I can sit here and record all day long to make sure I have content continuing. Like, that doesn't make this fun for me. So around the end of this month, I'm going to start uploading again, and it's going to be probably not what I said before, where a video every single day. It'll probably be at least Monday to Friday, and there will be something every Monday to Friday. I don't know yet. I need to really think about it, but I am in the process of making everything into a video. I'm getting all the montage moments. I'm getting all of, everything in order, so that way I can just upload it, schedule it, and yeah. Also, the internet where we live now is passable. It's good enough to do what we need to do, but it's not as fast as when we lived on our own. Like, when we lived on our own, we were having gigabyte speeds. And where we live now, at my buddy's place, it's like 25 megs up, or 25 megs down, like 10 megs up. And it's passable. It's not utterly terrible. We don't have any internet issues. But when we were living at the apartment, it took me like 10-15 minutes to upload a video. And, I could upload an entire week's worth of videos in an hour and a half on a bad day. Now it takes me like 2 hours to upload a single video. And that takes up like the entire upload speed. So if I'm uploading a video, we can't really play like online games or anything like that, or do much of anything else, because it slows everything down. Not to mention, there's a bunch of us living here. So I'm back to the point where it's like I'm uploading when everybody's asleep, but even then, it's only one video at a time, and I just can't upload as much as I could before. So I also have to take that into consideration. So I know this video has been extremely long, and I apologize for that. I will let everything know about that in like the description and the title. It's just, this is something that I wanted to explain to you guys a while ago, and the fact that I didn't annoys me, and it upsets me, because I feel like I've just been blowing you guys off and ignoring you, which I haven't. I have been trying to get back to doing this for weeks, but her health is a hell of a lot more important to me than this hobby. But this is an important video. This does explain everything, what I've been going through, and what we've been going through, and like the near future of this channel, and any future content. And I just want to let you know that the channel will continue. The channel's not going away. The channel's not dying. It's just a temporary setback. I've taken unscheduled breaks from YouTube before. It's just this time kind of was a scheduled break. It's just been extended way too long, or way longer than I thought it would initially be. And I I just never alerted you guys to it, which kind of makes it an unscheduled break. And I'm beating myself up for it. So, if you stuck out for the entire update video, all 40 minutes of it, I'm pretty much not going to cut this down. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening. I'm going to try and get this up as soon as I possibly can. I'll probably edit it tomorrow. You know, probably get some gameplay or something and just put it over that. I really don't know what I'm going to do with gameplay-wise. I may not even put any gameplay. I may just put a black screen with the agenda on it like I used to do for this one, just because it's kind of a more solemn update video. It's like, hey guys, it's fuck, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm not my usual peppy self when I'm like doing an update video, so I'll probably keep it solemn like that. But anyway, yeah. Life sucks. Life can suck sometimes. But you know what? We just push through it, because eventually you're going to get to a point where life doesn't suck anymore. Hopefully. That's the goal, right? To get to a point where life doesn't suck anymore. So, I'm probably going to use this week while she's at her parents' to record a little bit of extra Ratchet and Clank. Hell, I may even start a new blind series. There's a game that I've really wanted to do for a while. It's an older game. It's a much older game. But it's a game that I've known of my entire life, and I've never played myself. And I feel like it would do pretty well. I feel like it would be fun to play. And I feel like it would be fun to experience it with you guys. Maybe I'll record that this weekend. Who knows? That may also be another reason why I kind of lost touch in Shadow Warrior. Because I've just been thinking, I just got to get Shadow Warrior done so I can do this next blind game. You know, because there's really nothing coming out that I see myself doing a playthrough of. Halo Infinite is out, and Halo Infinite is amazing. But I'm waiting for co-op to get added to the game, because me and Pat are going to do a Lasso run. Which, if you guys don't know what Lasso is in Halo, it stands for Legendary All Skulls On. And there's an achievement for it to beat the game's Lasso. And me and Pat are waiting for co-op because we're going to do it co-op. We always plan to do all the Halo games co-op. So I was never going to do this as a single-player game. So Halo wasn't going to happen. Jurassic World Evolution 2 came out, and I've been playing the shit out of that as well. Not as much as the first game, but up there. It's been up there. But I'm not, like, I didn't do a playthrough of the first game. I attempted to, but it's a lot of just waiting around, and I don't feel like that's good content for YouTube. Streaming? Yes. YouTube? No. Streaming, it's a very good streaming game, because while you're waiting for stuff to complete, you can talk to your chat, you can interact with everybody, you can do what you need to do. Like, you don't have to pay attention to the game super 100%. So I feel it's a very good streaming game, but not a good for a YouTube series game. Because I also don't like to heavily edit videos. Because if I heavily edit my videos and, like, cut the boring parts out, it's going to jump ahead, and you're going to think like people are going to think something happened and it didn't, and it's just going to cause a lot of confusion, and I just don't want to even, oops, hit the mic. And I just don't even want to deal with that. So I'm not doing a playthrough of that. Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. I don't see myself doing a playthrough of that. Maybe. Who knows? But there's just been, like, no games coming out that I feel that I would really like to do a playthrough of at this point in time. Will there be more games down the line? Of course. Obviously, there's going to be more games down the line that I'm going to want to do playthroughs of, just not right now. So I'm saving a lot of like my blind playthroughs, my first time playthroughs for stuff that I haven't played yet. That's older. You know what I mean? So stay tuned for the blind playthroughs and what I plan on doing pretty soon. I am super excited because, like I said, it's a very old game that has been a part of my life, my whole life, basically, or at least a lot of my younger life, but I know absolutely nothing about it, and I've never played it myself. So I'm excited. Maybe I'll start that this week, and I'll just try and record as much of it as I possibly can. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I've been rambling on for way too long. I didn't want this to be this long, but it's kind of how it went. I still don't know how I'm going to edit this. Like I said, I'll probably just throw something up there and be done with it, because it is a bit more of a solemn topic, but whatever. I'll figure it out. I believe in my ability to do that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys understand, and I really hope you're looking forward to more content and the returning content. Yeah, I really don't know what else to add there. Just know that everything eventually will get better. Kind of trying to tell myself that more than you guys. But it is for everybody. Everything will get better. Everything will eventually even out. You know, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the world and families, and my family particularly, more than just with my fiance, and there's a lot of stuff going on that's been adding on to the whole distancing from YouTube for a little bit. So I am returning. I will be back soon, full-fledged. So just be prepared. There are videos that I'm going to be putting up for the next 2 months that I have had recorded and have been sitting on for a couple months. The Dead Island session that I'm recording right now, me and Pat recorded back in April, I believe. Late March, early April, because I just never uploaded those videos. So we got content coming. Content's coming. Can't stop the content. But it's just a matter of getting it out there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this sheds some light on a lot of things, and I hope you guys understand. If you did stick out for this whole video, I thoroughly appreciate it. If you just skimmed it, so long as you got the important parts, I'm okay with that. And if you didn't even bother with this video, and you wouldn't even be listening to this anyway, just so long as I get this out there for you guys, you know what's going on. So thank you to everybody who did watch and who did listen. There will be more to come. And yeah, I may actually be talking to somebody soon about trying to get a legitimate logo for my channel soon. That would be nice. That would be top. So I'm not just using the icon that I have now. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I feel like I need to get to the point where it's I need my own logo, my own brand, my own identity. You know what I mean? My whole identity is, Crimson Scorpion is a play on Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. That's what I based my name off of. So like my profile picture and everything that I have as of today, it symbolizes that. But I want something that is more me. That's not so much Scorpion, but it's more Crimson Scorpion. You know what I mean? So I'm looking into that as well. So changes may be coming to that as well. Maybe soon. Don't know yet. Looking into it. But that's it. I'm done. It's 2 in the morning. I need to go to bed. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you understand, and I will talk to you guys when I return. Goodbye.